Yo, yo. Oh my goodness. What are we even talking about here? I'm going to tell y'all straight up. When I saw Sophia looking for the egg through the chickens, I knew we were going to go live. I knew we were going to go live. Give me your ratings, 1 out of 10. I want to see something real quick. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. While y'all give me the ratings, we got a few people here this evening. Great episode. Great episode. Great episode. This is the type of shit that I want to see, you know. I'm going to give you my rating in a few. I'm going to give you my rating in a few. And this is crazy. This is going to be a crazy rating. I got to say, you know, I still love that episode 5. Woo! That episode 5 was crazy. But this episode, it didn't top the vibes, but it topped the action. It gave us some things that we've been wanting to see. I'm not going to say too much because I want to save some for the video. But so I'm going to be talking with you guys down there. I'm going to be talking with you guys down in the chat. And I'm going to open up the panel so that I'm going to hop in the chat. I'm going to open up the panel so that a few can come up here and talk about this episode. If anybody wants to talk about this episode. I'm not going to say too much, but when the egg symbolism came through, Ethan called the totems voodoo totems. In the incantations that Sophia was doing. I really want to leave it at that. I really want to leave it at that. I love this episode. I'm going to give it a 10. I'm going to just say that. It's a 10. This episode was definitely a 10. I think we're going to start seeing more 10s out of this season. Last episode was a strong 9, even being slow. Jack Bender has a great way of taking a slow episode and making it do what it do. I love that about his skills. We got Nicole in the building. Thank you for joining, Nicole. What's going on? We got Demo too.
Hey there.
What's going on, Nicole? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
All is well. All is well.
Good. I just wanted to say um with Henry, Victor's dad, when he started seeing the lights, and then the second time he saw the lights and the machine and stuff, and then he was in the hospital. I think it's a red herring. I think it's so Sophia is planting those types of thoughts in
Ooh,
his
stop right
head.
Yeah,
there. Stop right there.
it's
We're
definitely
going
a
to talk
trick.
about that. We're going to talk about that. I know the people that have been saying and theorizing that this is a hospital and all of these things. I know they're going nuts right now. I
Oh
Right.
yeah.
know they're all in Reddit. I know they're going nuts.
Oh, but
You
they're gonna be
know,
disappointed.
however, I love how the show writers chose, in my opinion, to dispel that
Yes,
theory
agree.
by, you know, I think they chose. I think they're just telling you that that's not what it is by showing you that, and
Yeah.
us knowing that there's some sort of possession or blood magic going on with Sophia. But we'll talk about that in a minute. What's going on, my man Demo?
Yo, that was a sick episode. I think that's my favorite of this season so far.
Okay. Yeah, that episode was sick. You know what turned it up for me was the egg bringing Roger back to life.
Yeah, we
And
all saw the egg.
oh yeah, I know.
we all
And
we all had the same thought.
oh yeah. Real enigmas and theories all the way down. Like
I made
nobody
a fried egg after that episode, and I asked my wife, I'm like, should I whisper to this first?
it wasn't a bloody egg, was it?
No, thank God. Maybe it's because I talked nice to it and I didn't talk dirty to it.
I think it was so dope that they had Sophia smell the eggs
Yeah, so she knew which one.
so she knew which one had blood in it.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, was that crazy right there. So, I'm not going to say too much. I just want to hear your thoughts. Let's get back to Nicole, what she was talking about. Nicole, go for it. You there? Oh, Nicole's gone. What's going on, Demo?
No, chilling, dude. That shit with Roger, man. That did it for me. I legit did not think we were gonna see that play out this episode, and it also played out in a way that just kind of baffled me a little bit. Ragdoll Roger. Um, but again, it still makes me think. It's like everything that happens in this show is just like now I got a million more questions. Um, and yeah, and the other thing I liked about this episode too is that like, so whether or not Tabitha and Jade are reincarnated, I have my doubts. I don't think they are. But whether or not they are, like at least the people in the town are like, well, wait a minute, hold on. Every time people thought they had the answers, they ended up wrong and dying and stuff. So what makes you think you're any different? So the fact that they're at least like talking about it, like
Well,
makes me
there's
feel
your
like,
division. Well, there's your division right there. The division is going to come with that whole situation.
yeah,
And I think Patty is going to be instrumental in confirming that Tabitha did know something at the cabin.
yeah. I
Um,
don't remember who stabbed Roger at the end. I don't
Elgin,
remember. It was Elgin. All right.
Elgin came through like a Quasimodo kind of looking motherfucker, yo. Like he
Well, it's kind of
came.
funny too because he's the one that left Roger in that cabin in the first place.
No, Ellis did that.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Ellis left him in. Wait, hold on a second. Who stabbed Roger?
Elgin, Elgin. I believe
Elgin.
so. If
Elgin.
I'm not bugging, Elgin did that.
Yeah, no, 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 no. You're right. It's my bad. Like I was kind of like too. I was like hopped up on adrenaline by the end of that episode. Like I'm having a hard time remembering it now.
Yo, that episode, Elgin came through.
Yeah, he did.
Somebody said, "Nah, wrong black." Nah, it's it's easy to get Ellis and Elgin. I do it all the time, not because of their race. I
Names are a
do it
little
because
similar.
of their names. Ellis, Elgin, they both have the L. There's a lot of L's. Mary L. You have who else? There's several L's in the building.
I always
I
get Randall's name mixed up. I keep wanting to call him Daryl.
Randall. I always think about Daryl from The Walking Dead as well when it comes to him. It's just the stare and the faces that he chooses to make.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you think about Daryl from The Walking Dead. But nah, that comment is funny right there. Yeah, we definitely have a lot to unpack with this episode. This episode was the craziest episode this season. Him waking up
for sure.
like that. Did he know who he was
Oh, I mean, it looked like he did.
when he first woke up, right? And my
Yeah.
brother, that's
No,
what
it
I
looked like
thought.
he did. Like he's touching his face. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, he's exactly. You know, did he? Did he know who he was? I think he did. If he did though, but he was turning into one of those things. I believe he was turning.
It was turning into one, right? Yeah. Which kind of goes back to something we were talking about earlier, is if you thought the ragdolls were originally people, and I think we can put a pretty solid yes on that now.
Yes.
We just saw it happen.
Yes. And what I was saying about them in that room talking, that was going to be a turning point. I think the turning point is real. I think that it is really going to turn now. And something else I said in my videos, I don't think everybody is reincarnated. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
That doesn't make sense.
It'd be way too busy. How do you explain all of that?
Well, yeah. How do you explain Julie and Ethan? So they were some townspeople that she just happened to give birth to again, like, because they're in there. So all the people are not there. Some of them, and obviously, if Marielle is hearing multiple people's screams, then all of them are not getting out and being reincarnated. Some of them are
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to talk about Henry's vision a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of for right now taking that at face value. To me, that's like, Sofella Michiela is putting thoughts into his head. You know what I mean?
I took it as that too. One thing about it, Henry is turned up when he's drunk, isn't he?
Oh man, and he's drunk a lot, dude. Yeah, bro, that stuff that comes out of that still. That stuff that comes out of that still, it's got to be like 110, 150 proof. And the guy's just pouring a full glass like it's like orange juice at breakfast.
Yeah, like they definitely, he's turned the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no,
I thought Boyd was going like, you know what I mean, grabbing by the shirt or some shit that, you know, what Boyd does to people. He likes grabbing them by the shirt. But I thought he was gonna manhandle Henry a little bit because Henry was asking for it. When I would have been like, "Yo, man, just shut the fuck up and listen for a second, man." Like, shit, you picked the wrong time to get drunk, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But speaking about picking the wrong time, I definitely got to say this, yo. They picked the wrong fucking time to start talking about shit and what their plans were gonna be and everything.
Yeah.
They wait till a fucking shapeshifter comes in town, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they should have been on this page.
Hey, so do you think the stuff that happened tonight, do you think that's going to put a little bit of suspicion on Sophie?
How so?
She was nosing around and asking all the right questions to all the people that were involved in the plan that evening. And, I'm just going to stay at Colony House tonight. You know, like, I don't know. It might shine a light on her a little bit.
Do you think somebody saw her movements and what she was doing?
It's a possibility. I mean, she was all over the town. She was at the post office. She was at the farm. She was at Colony House.
Yeah, she made her rounds, and she was, and there's no way that she could have walked to all of those places without looking purposeful.
Yeah, or at least being
like
seen by
catching the eye
somebody.
of somebody. Exactly. Like you can't walk through a place where there's only 40 some odd
47 people,
there
right?
and not be picked up by somebody in the
Yeah,
intentional places that
especially
she's going.
when you're the new person in town, right?
The new girl, not hard to look at,
It's like,
yada
oh,
yada
where's the new
yada.
girl going?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So and I think that'll be Julie. Julie dipped off after she got caught smoking.
Yo,
Tabitha
fucking,
can smell that shit through the window. I about fell off my
what are you
seat.
gonna do if your brother finds out? Finds out what?
Yeah. I about fell out the seat.
Yo,
Like,
I'll tell you, this season, there's been more humorous beats in this season than any other season.
I can agree with that. Yes, there is more. Well,
Like not jokes, you know what I mean? Like it's not a comedy, but like even that scene where it's just like when Henry's moving into Victor's room and Victor's like, "Oh, turns out I got a lot more room in here now that I threw everything out the window." Like it's a kind of a comical line, you know?
especially after the line, that line came right after the line that Ellis says about making space for Julie in
Uh,
their like right afterward. What do you think about Randall trying to get the door open and all that?
yeah, I don't know. Like again, I think we were saying a little bit about this before the episode started. Is that he does kind of tend to be like if they need a crew, he does volunteer real quick.
Yeah, he's helpful. He's helpful. And he's not useless. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
it also made me think too because like he also, he's one of the three people that got chained up, and if he doesn't think it's a bad idea, he presumably knows a little bit more than other people because he's got like real firsthand experience with the place. Um, so if he's not scared to do it, then that I think tells you a little something that maybe they're kind of on the right track.
You know, I told you about in my video, my last video, I said something about the whole situation with the uh the Viewmaster
Mm.
being found in the
Yo,
basement
the
and all
Viewmaster scene.
right and also the camera. Both of these are vision you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Both of these are vision devices. You
Like they
know,
capture an image
one
from a certain.
captures the image, one shows you an image. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And I thought it was very interesting of uh of Boyd and Abby's wedding
yeah,
photo.
yeah. No, that happened so quick. I almost forgot that it happened. But like, yeah, no, that one took me by surprise. Like I should have seen it coming, but I didn't.
Oh yeah. I was like, wow. Um I knew that Boyd was gonna see something
In there, yeah,
in there when Acosta hands it to him and
hands it to him, right?
she said, what did she say? Great times or something like
Uh, uh,
that effect.
different times
Uh, uh,
because
I
those were
forget,
different times. We didn't have social media back then, or we didn't have cell phones back then. They were different times.
right, but she said that line to him,
Yeah, she did a callback when she threw tossed the thing at him.
tossed it at him. She said it again.
Yeah,
Um,
and, hmm,
was
different
okay.
time.
So is that the same uh uh monitoring system that Donna has that Henry saw himself hooked up to?
They were definitely similar, but the one that and they're both similar to the one that Tabitha was hooked up to when she was in the hospital too. The display is almost identical.
Tabitha's was more modern.
Yeah, but the display on the screen, the way like the how everything was arranged on the screen and just the layout.
Yes, the layout. So which is the same software.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah, yeah.
the same software. Right. Okay. I'm with you. and it was the same with the one that Christy had.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't.
this is the Maboose equipment.
Yes.
This is
Yeah. I
part
don't
of
trust any of it.
Maboose equipment. Okay, so what does that mean here?
So
What does that mean here?
I think all that stuff was. I think all that stuff is like intentionally um non-functional. Like I think it was sent there on purpose, right? They're like, okay, well, Fatima thinks she's pregnant. We don't want people to think she's pregnant, so let's send this sonogram machine that will show an empty womb, even though there's something in there. You know, and I
Okay,
don't think,
so
and I don't
you,
think that.
I think you might be pointing at my theory a little bit. Am I correct?
I might be.
Okay,
Um,
so my theory is that the companies
oh yeah,
that
for
we're
sure.
seeing
Yes,
are all under an umbrella.
yes, yeah. And even the
Rendezvous people sent that shit in there.
exactly, yeah. And what are those paddles called for the cardiac arrest there?
Um,
I don't think those paddles work either because that's not what brought Donna back. Donna came back out of the blue after they stopped
yeah,
using them.
after they stopped using them, they then that's when Boyd
Mm. He was there
pressed her.
talking to her.
Now I want to say this. This is one of the things that I wanted to say, and I'll say it just because um I'll just say it because I was gonna put this in the video.
We're gonna
But
watch the
notice
video anyway.
but notice that I mean I'm saying it here so I'm locking it in, but a lot of times people might watch the live and then drop it in their shit or whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. Notice how Boyd gives Donna chest compressions while he's waking her up, right?
Mm.
Notice how Sophia smashes the egg like a chest compression
Like the chest compression, right?
to wake Roger up.
I think you got somebody
And
in the call.
yes, we have Nicole in the building. What's Nicole's back? What's good, Nicole?
Hey, yeah. I wanted to comment on Henry and the egg. So I'll start with the egg. What I was thinking with the egg when Sophia was in the barn and she was smelling the eggs, to me, it seems like she was smelling for what egg was fertilized and which one wasn't. Because what it looked like when she smashed the egg on Roger's chest, it looked like you could see like kind of like a piece of like a actual chick like starting to form like the embryo or something or like a
Yeah, like
forming of a chick.
a blood egg.
Yeah, like so to me it's like she needed a fertilized one versus an unfertilized, and I don't know like all the esoteric meaning, but that's what I assume when she was smelling and she had put down the first one and then ended up using the second one.
You know,
Uh,
so think about that in terms of Fatima. Maybe they couldn't have put Smiley in her because they needed a fertilized egg to do that.
Hmm.
yes, and you know, I think it's a little. I think it's a day late and a dollar short for them even
Yeah.
to start revisiting that. I think at the moment that Boyd said that Smiley came out, Christy should have been the one to be like, but she asked me for the pregnancy test the night you killed her,
Right. Right.
right? That would
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
all. Just that's all they needed to do was have her
Right.
say that,
One line, right?
and then we
Yeah.
can connect the fertilization with the same thing there. You see what I'm saying? Like with okay, it's something about a fertilized egg that's needed. I mean, I guess you could still make that connection, but
Yeah,
Hmm.
it
I
would have
mean,
been dope if the characters would have said it.
they can still do it. It's just they probably should have done it a little earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
perfect time was when they had Christy in the room. Christy would have been the one right there, perfect to say, "Hold on, wait. The night you killed that thing is when she asked me for the pregnancy test." You know, boom.
I also don't like how Christy was like switching up this episode. Like, I don't understand this whole back and forth with them finding it so hard to believe all these different things. Like, you guys have literally seen monsters like come out of the forest and kill your friends, but she can't believe that Tabitha is a reincarnation. Like, I don't understand why Christy was switching up this episode, because she did it with Marielle too a couple episodes ago, and I don't understand like why they're making them like find it so hard to believe. You always have to convince them. It's weird.
Christy is the character that we're gonna lose this season.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You think so?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Christy is the character that we're gonna lose this season because we don't need two medical people. It seems
But
like we had two medical people at the beginning of season one, and she gets killed that first night. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? The nurse lady that was taking care of Kenny's father, she got
oh
killed,
yeah.
and then you have another medical person coming in, so you have two medical people. And I also think either Acosta or Kenny will die this season.
Yeah, I think Kenny will go too. I thought he
Oh,
was gonna
no,
die
I
this
don't.
episode.
I thought he was gonna go too, but I don't want Kenny to
Yeah.
go. I'm rooting for him, man. He's an innocent
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I
Yeah.
feel like, well, aren't they all? Like, I mean, shit.
It's-
But why didn't Ellis sacrifice himself? Like, I'm still confused why Ellis act like he can't do anything. Why?
Ellis is soft as baby shit, yo.
yeah, he's real soft.
Ellis is softer than infant, newborn baby shit.
Because how you go in the go meet with your dad talking about let's sacrifice this young boy here, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't be in the running for that? Like, I'm not
I mean,
understanding why Ellis didn't volunteer.
so
The last
technically,
time when Boyd asked him to go down to the tunnels and let's burn that shit up, he was scared to do it. Like, I'm like, damn.
Why are they
Ellis,
writing him that way? I just don't get it.
the way he shut that door on Roger and ran,
and he ran off like that.
the way he
Yeah.
ran, they had him running with his elbows up, yo.
No, that was like a cartoon show, man.
I said, damn. I said, why they writing my boy like this? I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy. Can I mention about Henry now? Finish what I was saying earlier. Okay, so with Henry, I 100% believe it's a red herring. Him thinking that he's waking up in a hospital and he's being checked out by the nurses and the doctor, that is thoughts that the man in yellow, Sophia, has planted in his head from the last episode. She talking about, you ever thought it was a dream? Yeah, because Abby thought it was a dream and then shot up
Yeah.
half the town.
Yeah.
So I think I think he's gonna be the catalyst to kind of go crazy and thinking, oh no, we're in a dream. I saw the other
Oh.
side. No, you're not in a dream. This is actually happening. But he's the man in yellow is sowing these thoughts in his head so
that
that
makes
he
me
could
think.
start reacting like Abby.
Because like that happened to Henry because he drank. Presumably, it happened to him because he drank Sophie's blood. So if what happened to Abby is the same thing, that means Abby presumably would have had to have drink the man in yellow's blood, which means the man in yellow was around in town when Boyd showed up.
Yeah,
So-
I think we knew he's always been around, though. Isn't there?
Yo, maybe he was Dale. Maybe he was fucking Dale.
I don't know,
wait,
but
break that down
Dale,
again.
I don't know.
I didn't catch you. I stepped away for one quick second. Break that down again.
So if Sophia was like, "Oh, Henry, maybe this is all a dream. Now drink my blood, and you're gonna have these hallucinations to make you think it's a dream." And that same thing happened to Abby, where she's like, "Oh, this reminds me of a dream that I had. I think this is just a dream, right?"
Mhm.
So that means Abby also had to have drank the man in yellow's blood, which means the man in yellow was in town when Boyd arrived.
Well, there's a difference between the Abby situation. Abby has a dream about this place,
Right,
right? She said she had a dream as a little
As a
girl.
little girl.
right. That's
Her
what I was thinking
situation
too.
reminds me more of Tabitha's situation. And
So
go
I had
ahead.
another. Well, no, I had another theory about the blood too.
I'm trying to speak around my words here because I don't want to
Spoil the video.
I don't want to spoil my video. Go for it though.
No, because I think this consuming of blood thing, like, I think it's got more to do with Jade and Tabitha as well. Like, I think I'm starting to think that all the people that Jade is seeing that he thinks is past iterations of himself are actually past iterations, like past forms of Man in Yellow. I think they're being tricked real hard.
Okay, I can say this. Where your connection really looks serious is that okay? So one notion is this: Abby says, "I think I had a dream about this place before," and then she says, "What if this place, is a dream and you killed? I can just send you all home and you wake up, right?"
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was her thing. Um, this situation is more that Sophia planted that in his mind after he drank the blood. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
what
Well,
and here's the other, but here's the connecting part. Both incidences, I think, are going to be what splits the town up. We
Mhm.
know that Abby killing,
right.
um, that's what split the town and
With the
Colin
town. Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
and made it into two, polarized the town pretty much.
Mm.
Right.
I believe that Sophia's control over Henry will do the same thing. So that gives some credence to your thoughts about possibly the Man in Yellow being there before.
Now, it also kind of makes me wonder, maybe Man in Yellow somehow did that kind of shit to Tabitha when she was a kid. Like maybe maybe he planted that stuff in her mind, years and years and years ago. I'm just spitballing. Like I don't have much to support that, but I'm just thinking out loud.
Yo, look at how Victor came out. Now let's
Yeah.
let's talk about this for a second. Something that I found very interesting. What was the most interesting part of this episode to you?
Oh man,
The
that's
the
hard to say.
teeth. The bag of teeth. I didn't understand it. Why
Maggot
was there a whole bag of teeth in the Man in Yellow's car?
and there had to be at least 100 teeth in there.
There's a
Yes.
lot of teeth, man.
A lot
That's
of
from a lot of different people.
bag, right? Here's the thing, and Smiles Davis had 2 teeth in his pocket. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But here's the thing: the most interesting part of this episode to me. I'm just trying to wait before I say it to see if somebody in the chat says it. But the most interesting part about this episode to me was Fatima's control over Smiles
Over
Davis.
Smiley, yeah. Somebody
Oh
just said that in
yes.
chat like a second before you said it.
Okay. Yes, CQ said it right. That was the most interesting part
Yeah.
for me. When you
I,
look at that situation right there, I like the part where Roger woke up and tore his mouth open and all that.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that was sick.
shit, right? But and he was screaming the whole fucking time. That shit was sick. I'm gonna watch that again and be laughing
Mhm.
my ass off.
It sounds like he's even trying to say stuff.
Right. Sounds like he was trying to talk. It would sound like he was trying to say, hey, and then he tried to say something else. But I caught that too. I definitely caught that. But Fatima controlling Smiley was something that I saw coming and I never said it. It was kind of
Right.
one of those
Yeah.
things that I just never said, but I definitely saw that coming. But I didn't see it coming in the way that it came. Like he was full transformed and like she
Yeah.
turned her face back into a human.
Yeah.
That was crazy as shit. And then Kenny hit him with the linebacker hit real quick and
Yeah.
knocked him off the bus.
Coach.
Yo, I love that scene. That right there is gonna go down in from history. Right there is
Yeah. No, this whole episode was sick, man.
this whole episode was sick. Yeah.
I was ready to be disappointed, but no, every
So
time I'm about to make my way out, they reel me back in.
So the talismans don't work on the scarecrow,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, no, he walked right in.
the totems don't work on the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if they did work on the monsters, and I was so hyped when I saw Boyd say, "But that's what we're gonna try."
Yeah, no, because it made me think of like, remember way back in like season 2 or 3 where it's like, oh, we're gonna capture one, and then nothing ever happened from that.
Yes.
Like, so it was cool for them to be like, oh, we're gonna try to kill one, and then we're actually gonna do it this episode. I thought that was
And I
good.
love how the monsters called the audible real
Yeah.
quick. And they they all like blocked all of the doors and shit like that. But
Yeah,
the problem that I had with that episode is Kenny got away too easy. That shit made no sense. You mean to tell me none of the monsters got on the bus? The door was wide open. They were all standing there.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit.
One of them should have made their way in
I would
to
have liked to see him jump off the damn bus and run
make a run for it.
and get away from them, since they're not covering the doors up no more. You know what I mean? They weren't covering
Yeah.
the doors up anymore. And then he left the bus thing up top open. And we
Yeah,
know
I saw that.
and we know that they can climb on shit because
Yeah,
they was up on the roof of Megan's window. And
yeah, I said that when I seen it.
like, those are some problems that I had with it. But overall, it was a great episode. I'll give it a 10. I won't let any of those little things take any points away. You know what I'm saying?
It's a 9.5 for me because I don't give out 10s.
Oh, I gave this one another 10. I think we'll see some 10s going through in the rest of this season. I think some more will get more 10s. But I think they're going to slow it down next episode. I think they might slow it down next episode because you're going to have to, from what we just saw, you're going to have to slow it down. People are going to have to talk. We're going to have to show some people getting pissed off with this notion of going down there. Some people are going to start getting pissed off with them trying to open the door.
I can see it slowing down in terms of like action, but I can see like tension amongst the people kind of ramping up a little bit.
Yes, I agree. I agree there. But you have 2 more episodes, and 9 and 10 have to be heat.
Yeah, no, they gotta be.
This was a lot of action. You had going out there stabbing one of the monsters. The monster faking him out was funny as hell.
It was funny. Just kidding.
Yeah, because he said just kidding, and I knew it. I knew that wasn't like a real reaction. Like,
yeah,
I was like, oh, he's playing with him. This is crazy.
It was like a split second where I was like, oh, it's gonna work, but then I was like, oh no, this is not working.
Yo, let's go in the chat and see what the chat is saying. Oh, Nicole dropped off again. If you want to come back, Nicole, you could come back. Let me see if I can put the link for anybody else that wants to come up, because I really don't want to say too much. Got this video to do. Fatima said she was connected to Smiley. She feels what he feels, but he can feel her too. Wonder how that's gonna play out. Yes, that was my favorite interest of the show, of this episode, was like, oh, okay, it reminded me of Will from Stranger Things, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like how he was able to control Vecna or the Demogorgons and shit. He was able to, because he had been connected to them and went through something with them, he was able to somewhat control. And I kind of felt like that's what that was. I mean, Will did the exact same thing in the scene from Stranger Things, like in the final season. Did something pretty much just like what Fatima did. Like the scene was almost exactly the same, as a matter of fact.
I feel like I'm the only person in the world that didn't watch Stranger Things.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the only person in the world that didn't watch a lot of stuff. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Stranger Things. I didn't watch Walking Dead. I didn't watch, I don't know, name it. I didn't watch it.
Stranger Things was good. It started off good, but it turned to shit.
I don't like it. Everybody's doing the 80s nostalgia. It kind of, and nobody gets it right.
Well, Stranger Things kind of really like re-hyped up the '80s nostalgia. They
Yeah.
the ones who kind of hyped it back up. Like
Yeah, I
Stranger
mean,
Things,
I
you gotta
lived through the
Stranger
80s.
Things came out
The
9 years ago. Like I think it was 2017.
the 80s were a lot more like the 70s than people think that it was.
Yes, it was. It really was.
And it wasn't until like the late 80s and early 90s that it became the way people imagine it to be, like people that didn't live through it. Um, so I don't know. I always get a little bothered when people do 80s throwbacks because it's just like, nope, I'm calling bullshit. I was there.
I'm gonna tell you, if you give the season one a chance, you're gonna like it.
I'll
You know
give
what
it. I'll give
I
it a
can
shot. I don't
I,
take recommendations from many people, but I trust your judgment, so I'd
but
give it a
I can
shot.
say this. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth giving it a shot. But if you watch, it's gonna be one of these kind of things where Stranger Things was up and down each
Yeah.
season. Like the first season was fire, second season was then the third season was okay, but then the fourth season was really good actually.
Huh.
But that
How many
fifth
seasons did they have total?
is 5 seasons.
Oh,
But
that's less than I thought.
where they was going with the fourth season, they totally like went to a cartoonish version of where you thought they were gonna go. And
Sure.
it was just so cartoonish to me. You know what I mean? The town
Yeah. No,
being
I get
locked
that. Like a lot of stuff,
their kids still going to school and you still
I
got
skip a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff kind of just feels like that. Like
I
it's
mean,
something
this
I'll admit
show had
to.
bullies fucking with kids while the whole entire town is on quarantine, and there's monsters and crazy shit, kids coming up missing, and all this that type of
Uh,
shit. And you got the kids going to school. They're literal like cracks in the ground that it's like, and they just put metal uh band-aids over top of it. It's just a ridiculous.
oh, yeah.
The season was ridiculous. I don't know if anybody really liked it, but if they did, you know, to
Because I'll tell you what, I didn't watch no Marvel movies either.
each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Not a
Let's
lot of
see.
time on this earth. I'm gonna make sure if I'm gonna spend my time, I want to make sure it's
Yeah,
fire.
like it's worth it. It's like I said, it started off fire, and they really shit the bed with the ending to the point to where the fans wrote a better ending. They had something called Conformity Gate, right? Where most of the fans thought that they were gonna have an extra episode and they were gonna pretty much retcon the entire final season with this
Oh,
episode, like it was all a dream, and that wasn't really what happened.
yeah.
And all I could think about was my brother Taryn. I was like, he's the first one to come out with this kind of theory about this show, like from like saying, "Yo, they're gonna have a new episode coming out this date, that date." Oh snap, we got Nicole back, and we got Ray in the building. What's
Yo,
going
what
on?
up, Ray? What up, Nicole?
What's
Hey,
going
I
on?
had to jump on if you were talking
Yo,
about
yo,
Stranger
yo, yo.
Things.
Oh yeah, you had to come back for Stranger Things.
I had to for Stranger Things. That
Hey,
was
it's a
crazy.
good point for me to jump off now that you got some company real. I'll be watching.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Peace
What's
up.
going on, Nicole?
Oh no, that ending of Stranger Things was absolutely terrible. And I was a massive, massive fan of, like, I'm talking obsessed with season one, season two were my two favorite seasons. But that whole thing, did Elle die? Did she not? Oh, that killed me.
There was
It
so much
just,
wrong with that.
yeah.
There was so much wrong with Stranger
Hmm.
Things. What was crazy is I think season four was probably the strongest season,
Hmm.
but it pretty much retconned the whole idea of a character that they brought back in season five.
Who are you talking about?
The one girl that had the different
Oh,
powers.
uh, yeah. What whatchamacallit's girlfriend? I
No,
can't.
the girl that
Talking
they
about
had
L's
locked up,
sister.
the sister that I believe she was Indian.
Oh,
Like
oh, Oh, the from season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember her 9. Was she 9 or 8 or something like that? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
None of that made any sense because
Yeah.
she wasn't in season 4.
It
Like,
was too late to bring her back. It was too irrelevant. Yeah, I
and they
didn't like
shouldn't
that
have even
either.
brought her back in season 5. It just didn't
No.
make sense. It was just ridiculous to
They
even.
couldn't even explain why she was even in that place. What was they doing with all the pregnant women? And I'm just like, I just, yeah, I didn't like any of it.
Yeah, and she was like a lot older than 11 was as well. It was too
Hmm.
much. They just messed up in season 2, I think, by adding her in there the way that they did because it doesn't make sense. Even her powers were different from what
They
the
had the
powers we know.
same problem as Game of
Right.
Thrones, man.
They claim that all of the all of the children's powers came from Vecna. I was
Right.
confused. All right, so if that was the case, then what's up with this girl's powers?
Well, I thought Vecna had all of those powers. I thought every last powers that those little kids had. And I can't remember which season that they showed it. Was it season 2 or 3 when they showed
They
all the
all had
kids in
the
that
same
rainbow
power.
room?
They all had the same power as 11, and
I
they
don't think they did though, real. Because you remember the little boy, there was one boy who Henry went back and killed. When Henry was introduced, he killed that little boy that was bullying Elle when she was a kid. That boy had a different power than the rest. I thought they all had different powers from Henry. I didn't think they all had the
I
same.
thought they all had the same power because when they showed them testing them, they were testing them on all the same powers. Like they were testing them like
Hmm.
all the power. Like I believe they had one where you had to push the person out of the circle.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that girl wouldn't have been able to do that test. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the tests that they were giving the kids had something to do with like telekinesis.
I guess. I thought what Papa, I can't remember his name, but I thought what he was trying to do was create a whole new Vecna, but he just never could. I thought that's why he had kept getting all those kids, kept having all those kids being birthed and or whatever, because I thought he was trying to recreate Henry, but he couldn't recreate him because he couldn't get one kid with all those powers. That's what I always assumed throughout the 5 seasons that in that Elle came the closest, she was the strongest out of all of the kids that were there in that rainbow room.
Yeah, Leah says
I don't know.
Stranger Things had the opposite problem to From in the last couple seasons. The characters got together and talked about their plans way too much. And you know what? It kind of felt like everything was being written by Chat GPT or something in that last season because
You yeah.
some of the characters would be in different places and say the exact same lines as another character
Hmm.
said. That is like typical with like AI shit tends to like reiterate
Hmm. Hmm.
same things in the same way. And you see
Yeah.
and you've seen that in season 5, and then they did that whole thing, the behind the scenes documentary for season 5,
Hmm.
and you could see the people in the writers room were indeed, you know,
And
had
ChatGPT was up. Yep, I
yeah.
remember that picture floating around.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, this season, the last season, I don't know why I
Yeah.
guess they're like, fuck it, you know. I think there's them shit in the bed was worse than Game of Thrones.
I never saw Game of Thrones.
It was
That
for the
that wasn't my
same
vibe,
reason.
I
but
think it was worse than Game of Thrones.
mm,
I think it was worse than Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones is actually redeemable. Like Game of Thrones, like old girl doesn't have to be dead. The dragon took her away and could do some dragon magic shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
This girl is the prophecy girl who was in the fire with the eggs, came out with the dragons. You know what I'm saying? She didn't burn. You know what I mean? She was the prophecy girl that brought the dragons back into existence. Like they don't even have to kill her. You know what I mean? Jon Snow's not dead. Like
do you
I don't
think
know.
Elle needed to die though? Do you think Elle needed to die in order for the world to have peace again? Balance being brought back to Hawkins?
She
I
didn't
think
die.
that was whack. I think that whole shit was whack.
Do you think she died, or do you what side of the fence are you on?
I um I think she actually lived and went away. Like
Mm,
like how Mike's
yeah.
thoughts and dreams of her suggested. I think I don't think those were his thoughts. I think that was actually what happened. That
Yeah,
she,
I agree. I agree.
you know what I mean? I like the conformity gate theory more than I like the actual show. I like because there's too much strange shit like the people standing around with blank posters with nothing written on them at the graduation and just the graduation how it went down. All of those things were kind of weird, and it would be awesome if it was actually Vecna fucking with everybody.
And
It
Max
was a
too.
missed
Don't forget,
opportunity.
Max Hall had all those broken bones from season 4, and all of a sudden she's walking by graduation.
Oh yeah, that makes no
That
sense.
that didn't. Yeah, I didn't like that. She should have still been in a wheelchair. But what? That was just a minor thing, I guess. I don't know.
No, that maybe is part of the conformity gate. That's part of the theory. What if they are bringing back Stranger Things and there's gonna be some other bullshit going that happened the whole time, and they tell you, and they that I mean, there's no like, or we're just saying that these guys were that bad of writers.
I just think I don't know, because I'm like, how could the Duffer Brothers write a literal 10 out of 10 season 1, and then literally go almost to like a 1 out of 10 for season 5? Like, I don't, or were those the same writers? I'm not understanding. Not
They
to
had
mention they had a bigger
new
budget. I
projects that
don't.
they wanted to focus on, just like the Game of Thrones writers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe so.
They
Yeah.
wanted to hurry up and just get it over with so they can move on to other things. I think those are the same people that are doing the Burrows.
What do you think
Mm.
Jade was doing with these things here with the wires?
I think that was him trying to map out the caves or something like that, or the town where there could be links to the caves. I think that's what that was. I think he kind of mentioned it.
He did.
Yeah, because he said he needed to visualize it when Kenny was asking about it. He's like, why can't you just draw out a map or something? He's like, well, I can visualize it easier this way. I think that's what I'm assuming, that those are possible cave entrances that could be under the town. That's what I assumed.
These look
What
very.
was that
They
little
look
part
like
about him
something
asking
to me, and
Kenny?
I ever since this scene here, I was so focused on like looking at those that I wasn't really listening to the conversation like that.
Mm.
They they remind me of something I can't put my finger on. They
Hmm.
remind me of something that I definitely cannot put my finger on. The way that they
What,
look.
what was that little part about him asking Kenny about what he did before he got in from? What was that
I
about,
didn't,
man?
yeah, I didn't understand the relevance of that either.
I
Why would it
like
matter what he did?
I like that. It shows that Kenny was a master of games. He was a coach,
Hmm.
Coach
Is
Kenny.
that is that why Jade like had held that chess piece at the end? Like, what was I? Because remember, Kenny and his dad would play chess, and Jade had that chess piece he had set down. I think when he was talking to Henry, I believe. I don't know. I was confused with why he had the chess piece and what it meant, but I don't know. There was a
Mm.
lot that confused me this episode.
Yeah, Henry was tripping this episode.
He was. I don't even understand why Boyd tried to explain anything to him. Why are you explaining something to somebody who's blackout drunk at that point? Like, he's not even going to remember what you're telling him. I thought it was a waste of time for him to be even having a conversation with Henry and Victor. I would have
Yeah,
just talked to Victor and talked to Henry when he sobered up.
I literally wrote on my notebook, "Boyd's wasting his time trying to talk to."
Yes, big waste of time.
I mean, you don't even have to know that he's drank Sophia's blood just to see him shit faced drunk. I mean, why are you even? What are you doing? Why are you trying to lay that on a man who's literally shit faced?
Exactly. He's not going to remember a single thing you're saying to him.
When are
Like
we gonna see the blood drinking play out, man? That
the blood drinking, the blood. Oh, I think we're seeing it play out. I think that's what Henry's visions were. People are. That's gonna send some of the people in the from fandom into a frenzy. That's gonna have people, because there are people that really still believe that these people are in a hospital,
I saw that. Yeah, they are
and
not. Yeah,
I don't think they're in a hospital. I
no,
don't
this is
think
actually happening.
right. And what we saw with Victor, where's Victor at? There he is. That right there is not real. Like,
Right.
I know there's probably some. We got 69 people in here. There's 2 people in here that think that these people are in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say to you 2 people. I don't know who you are, but I know you're at least the odds. You got to be in here. Now there's 70 people, so there might be 3. There may be 3 people in here that believe that they're in the hospital, and this has given you some false reinforcement in that theory. I'm just telling you that. I think this is a result of, because you can't explain this Victor with a suit and tie on saying, "Hey, Dad," and
So you think that was all a hallucination or something?
absolutely, because Henry doesn't know Victor in that way. Victor hasn't been there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Am I
Because he went missing, so he wouldn't have seen him as an adult. Yeah, because him and the wife and the kids went missing when he was 10. So yeah, that's accurate.
somebody, Kimberly said, "Fess up, y'all." Yes, the 3 people in the chat that believe this is that
Yeah,
our
yeah. Go
chaperones
ahead and
are in the
tell on
hospital,
yourselves.
please come to the front of the class here. These people are not in a hospital because you saw that hospital. That's not what this is. That is the way they use Sophia in that way to dispel that theory. That's what this was for. To
Right.
watch the man that you know drank the entity's blood after the entity put it in his mind that this place could be a dream.
I was thinking that too, because why would, if we know the man in yellow is bad, why would the man in yellow give Henry any type of peace and thinking that, oh, I'm just dreaming. I just have to figure out how to wake up. No, we know he's bad and he's giving people bad thoughts. That's all
Right,
he does. He's been influencing what's old girl that he's living with, been influencing her, influenced Elgin. Like he's not doing anything positive. So whatever he did with the blood with Henry, we know it's not anything good for Henry. So that dispels it too.
right. And notice this. It it's not like Sophia is controlling Henry like a puppet. She waited to see what side of the aisle he was going to fall on. And then she's now giving him some reinforcement to now split the town even further. Because there's some
Hmm.
people that are going to believe drunk ass Henry. They're
Yeah.
going to be like, well, he's drunk, but he's got a point that this shit could be bullshit. I don't believe that this girl is reincarnated. Patty might be one of the ones trying to help him convince him because she knows she saw Tabitha have this reincarnation. So did Ellis. Ellis saw this situation. I don't really
Yes.
understand what is wrong with Ethan. I didn't. That was the part right there that almost made me take away a couple of points out of this 10.
When
I
he
Is,
walked
is Victor my
upset.
brother?
I don't the
Right.
Victor my brother thing is okay. I'm cool with that. But him being all shocked about that situation when he bear witness to his mom killing one of these things, he told Victor that his mom killed one.
Hmm.
And she said right in front of them, I remembered how to kill those things when they
Hmm.
were at the settlement. This kid is not that little where he can't put 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, and now my mom's telling me that she was here before, she was reincarnated. I don't understand why he didn't jump in and say, yes, Julie, she remembered how to kill. kill those things out there. Or he didn't even have to say it to Julie. He could have said,
Yeah.
"Oh, mom, that's why you remember how to kill those things out there." Like anything could have happened
Mm.
there. I don't know why they're writing his character that way. They're making it, all children are not stupid, right?
No, Ethan's
They-
been proven to be smart. Yeah.
right. He's not a stupid kid. So why write him doing stupid things in that way? By the way, I do believe that Ethan has taken Victor's gun. Got
Oh,
that gun.
I never thought of that. I was wondering what happened to that gun. Huh.
He's got Victor's gun. Remember last season when they showed Ethan was looking at the gun?
I don't remember that, but I remember Boyd taking the gun. Didn't he take the gun?
No,
Are you
no.
sure?
I don't think he took the gun. Victor didn't want to give it to him.
But I think he had him give it because he was pointing it at somebody, and then he had Victor give it. Was it season 2?
Did Boyd take the gun?
Boyd took the gun. Yeah.
It was hold on, let me check. I have to check because it was the episode where Randall was trying to take the
goat.
The goat.
Yeah. And Victor was trying to stop him, and then that's when Boyd had to step in and told him to
Randall
give him
had
the
the right
gun.
idea though. It's time to make some curry goat up in here. Y'all talking about we don't have no food. Like what's going on? Like hold on.
Yeah, let's do something.
But Victor was funny this season. I mean this episode too. Victor didn't even comb his damn hair like he usually does. He came right on down there. He said, "I got to do something scary, and I need you to come with me."
Yeah, I'm glad he's finally making moves, like sitting there standing on the roof doing nothing, trying to scare people. I'm glad like he was actually active, and I like seeing active Victor.
Yeah, and then then he's like,
Bringing
"Yeah,
up the fact that they need to find out
Oh.
about the man in yellow.
I found a bag of molars out this bitch."
Yeah. That was crazy. What did you think about what Victor said though? He said Ethan I like Victor was literally speaking facts to me the whole episode. He's like my mom came with 2 kids, everybody was gone but the boy, which was obviously him. He said, Now you're the next person, Ethan." I truly believe that's foreshadowing. This story is going to end with just like the last cycle, everybody dying but Ethan. I truly feel that way. I don't think it's going to be a happy ending in season 5. I think they're all dead.
I think this right here is the perfect way to look at that. I think somebody's gonna get out. I think somebody's gonna get out, but Ethan still may be left alone by himself, and it might be fucked up that it's Julie.
I think Julie's dead. I really do. I don't think she's gonna live.
Oh yeah, how
I
you think she's gonna die?
I don't know. I think like just what Victor said, but also like I know she has to see Jim one more time. We haven't gotten to the point where she's trying to rescue her dad. I think something might happen after that situation. And then I think she's just gonna end up dead because she's stopping believing. Like you can't lose faith. Because
Right.
now what does she go turn on? She go turn on Jade and Tabitha too, because she's sitting there talking about it's crazy they're reincarnated because Randall made her believe that it was wasted time for her to try and save Jim.
Okay. All right. So here, that's another interesting part. Tabitha having that Miranda vision. Now that makes me think totally of Julie's story walking, but we have to put a pin in the fact that we know that Julie story walks to Jim's death.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there is another time. So we've seen Julie's story walk with the haircut.
Right.
But we have not seen her story walk where she got the scratch on her face.
Right. We're still waiting for that scene.
So there are some more moves to be made as far as Julie's story walking. And it seems to me that the story walking to Jim's death is where she figures out how to use it. So if they're going to show us that at some point again, then they're gonna show us after that. That's my, belief. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
I That's how I would build the story if it was me. Like, okay, I'm gonna show them this, then show them some story, her getting to know the story walking situation.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna show what happens after she figures it out. Cause because when she comes back to Jim's death, you can hear her running through the woods and saying, Dad, Dad, yes, oh yes, I think this is when it happens. I think this is where it is. Like she's saying, like, this is where I figured it out. Okay, I figured out how to get here to this point. I figured this shit out. And she's trying to get him to run. But you can tell that she doesn't actually know exactly what happens. And that's when she's seen Jim's death for the first time. That's when Jim's
Okay.
death happens for the first time for Julie, is when she was story walking. But that's not the first time Jim was killed. Okay.
Oh, that's
Jim had to
interesting.
be killed at least another time before that for Julie to look for that point in the story. Am I making any sense, or am I like losing y'all with this
I
one?
I'm trying to follow. That's a new thought to me, but I am following. I just never thought like that about Jim. I don't know. Yeah, but I think you onto something. Yeah.
Okay, so in my theory, I think that we're not watching the first time that the Matthews and Boyd and them got there. This is not
Okay.
the first time. This is a cycle within many cycles,
Okay.
right? This is a cycle within many cycles. I have a diagram for this shit and everything, right? But here's the thing, right? It's I think I put it in two of my videos already, or at least one of my videos. But here's the thing about this cycle and the cycle thing. If Julie comes back to the point of Jim's death, that means it had to happen before, in a time where she doesn't come back. Because when she gets there, she says, "Oh, I think this is when it happens. I think this is where it happens at." Right? We know that she
Yes.
says, so that has to mean that it happened one time and she wasn't there, because she had to find it being there. So that means that there had to be multiple times that this whole thing happened,
Okay, I
that
see.
are not just condensed with her story walking. Because in the very second episode of season one, episode 102, the boy on the porch is asking her, "Don't you remember me?" You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Did say that. Yep, I remember that. The one that got shot in the left shoulder.
Right. And there are little artifacts that we've pointed out before, like the train tracks and the electric things and the,
Right.
disappearing, the the top of the RV literally changing, all in episode 101. All of these different things point to it possibly of happening another time before. Also, you had Ethan knowing about the Lake of Tears. It's not something that he made up. It's something from this place that he remembers. You have
Mm.
um um just the monsters knowing everybody's name. It's not
Mhm.
because they have some type of telepathy. It's because this has happened before. That's how they knew the ambulance was coming in town. That's how they knew all
Oh.
these things,
Mm.
because all of this shit has happened before. The monsters probably can see the overall what's going on, and they probably have information, and most likely they know what's going on. They play by rules, all of these other things. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that those are just my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's interesting to me because if there's different cycles within at least their like the Matthews family and all the people that are currently in the town, I guess that's kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around because why does the same family have to go through all of these cycles? Like I don't know. It's just I think it's just a new thought for me because I'm thinking like a cycle is like Victor and his family was one, and now the Matthews family and all the people that are in the town, with Kotri and Donna, and that's another cycle. The people that came after, all the people that died in Victor's time.
Okay, it's
So,
time for me to pull out the nerd shit real quick. Hold up. I have it right here in this folder. Here it is. Okay. So the cycle that we're currently in is the red cycle, right?
okay.
And
Hmm.
that's Tabitha and Boyd and Donna and them and all of them there. This yellow one would be Victor's, Miranda, Christopher, Eloise,
Hmm.
all coming there at this place.
I'm
This one would
following.
be another time period, one of Jade's past lives.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the guy in the suit under the boulder. Then you have the purple one would be the Civil War soldiers time period.
Hmm.
Then you have the orange one would probably be the guy with the Puritan outfit on, and then they just continuously go. This
Okay.
big brown circle is the time the overall timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
These things happening. I think there are cycles within a cycle that represent the analema, which is the figure eight made in the sky by the sun. Okay,
Hmm.
and we see that on Boyd's ring. The Abbey ring has the figure eight in there, the analema, and the analema at any point in time, the middle is about 47 degrees in the sky. The middle
Okay.
point, the middle juncture point is about 47 degrees in the sky. No matter where you take a picture, what time of day you take a picture to capture it, it'll be
Hmm.
about 47 degrees in the sky. So I think that they're doing some serious, you know, uh there's some serious symbolisms going on, especially with them releasing it 74 days after they dropped the trailer. Then they dropped the last trailer on 425, which is a 4 and 7 as well. I,
Yeah.
I believe that they definitely play with the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The sacred symbolism. So that's just my thoughts and theories on that. That's where, you know, last time this symbolism pointed to the egg symbolism. Same thing. And this is Vesica
Yeah,
Pisces.
we
They
got some
say
more
that
egg stuff too.
right, and we get more egg symbolism, and then last season she laid the egg and everything. I'm saying if we follow this same thread of symbolism, I don't think that the show will stop doing it just because I made videos about it. I think they're going to continue to do so, and I think what we're seeing will continue to show up. I even connected this to the first Trump shooting, which happened on a
Yeah.
7 and a 4, and then the second Trump shoot, well, the third Trump shooting happened on 425, which is the same day that they released the last trailer, right before the
That,
season.
yeah.
So
That's
I
crazy.
thought that was crazy. I was like, yo,
Hmm.
you know what
And
I'm
didn't you
saying?
connect something with the guy's name? Did you
Oh
connect?
yeah, the guy Thomas Matthew.
Yeah.
First shooter. The first shooter's name was Thomas Matthew Crook.
Hmm.
And then this second shooter, well, the recent shooter, his name is also Thomas. His middle
Yeah, that's so weird.
his middle name is Thomas, and the other Thomas, his middle name was Matthew.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That is really weird.
I mean, the fact that that happens like that, like one could say, "Yo, you're bugging out, you're crazy." Okay, but
Mhm.
just attack what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have anything to say about that stuff, don't say anything about me. Like, I'm just the person that saw something, and I'm telling you what I'm seeing. One thing about it is you can't say that any of it is not a fact. Every aspect of what I'm telling you is a fact. It's a fact that this guy's name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. It's a fact that the Matthews son that fell off the changing table, name is Thomas Matthews. That's a fact.
Right. Right.
It's a fact that they have been hinting fours and sevens and fours on this show. It is a fact that Thomas Matthew Crooks took a shot on July 13th, which is 7 and 1 and 3 equal 4. These are facts. This is not anything that I'm making up. This recent Trump shooter took place on April 25th, which is 4 and 7. You know what I'm saying? These are facts. And I've been saying this long before this most recent shooting. I've been saying this since last season.
Yeah, I still don't get the significance of the 4 and the 7 though. What does that mean? Are they just
4
trying
and
to?
the 7 equals the 11. It's connected to 9/11, the angelic number.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So there's a lot of symbolism in it. And From is not the only TV show that uses it. So many, the 4 and 7s and the 45s were all over the show
This.
Paradise.
Oh, I had stopped watching that. I didn't even finish the season 1 finale. Yeah.
Oh wow. You know what I'm saying? Paradise is amazing.
I know. I think I need to go back and rewatch season
But
1.
the 45s and the 47s are all through that show. The horse symbolism. I
Okay.
think Boyd is the same as the Xavier archetype. Like we have that same symbolism and thread. The very first episode, he's talking to his daughter about the eggs, and she's made pancakes for breakfast, and she's
Oh, yep. I remember that.
egg
Yeah.
whites.
Yep.
Like, all of the
Yeah.
symbolism is real heavy within. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they do this symbolism all across Hollywood, all across different studios. Okay. You can see the same egg symbolism was in Widow's Bay. You see the same teeth symbolism in Widow's Bay. I think that the teeth is a reference to wisdom. Sophia is the Greek word for wisdom. You see what I'm saying? I think it's related to the Baphomet. Sophia is also a male. She's male and female, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, indeed. We got Luna Cascade drops the super chat. Thank you for your generosity, sister. She says, what happens in From when the cycles intersect at the thinning of the veil? Okay, so back to this a little bit here. Let me zoom in on it now. Okay, so let's say we're in this red circle, which we are. We're in the period where, we have Ethan and Jim and Tabitha, Boyd. We're in this period, right? This is the red period. Okay, so each one of these circles intersects with two of its previous cycles. So you have the yellow, it intersects with the yellow, and it also intersects with the green, right? And then this is why, and so the yellow does the same thing, the green does the same thing. So these cycles become interconnected. And if you look, these connection points end up happening right on this brown mark here. You see this happening through all of them, right? This is why I think Jade is able to see multiple versions of his past life. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's pretty much seeing the one before him, and the one before him saw the other two. So he's seeing two, which would possibly be Christopher and the guy in the suit. And then what Christopher saw was two, which would be the guy in the suit and the Civil War soldier. And the guy in the suit saw the Civil War soldier and the Puritan, and so on and so forth like that. That's why I think they're just showing us a limited. But they have let us know, and even in this episode, Tabitha mentions it. She's like, I've been here many times since the beginning, right?
Yep. She says that.
And young Jade tells Jade that these are just 4 of many of the times that he's been back to this place, right? So, I think they say that John Griffin had a whole diagram of like 4 walls worth of information about Frumlin and how it works. And I'm thinking that somewhere in that info, he has a diagram similar to mine's right here. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it because I mean they've given I believe that they have known what they're doing. They do know what they're doing. They are writing each episode as they go along, but they have major turning points and major events in the grand story that are supposed to happen. Like Smiley coming back was supposed to happen, but they didn't know how it was going to happen until they sat in the writer's room and figured out a way to bring him back. But they
Mm.
knew he was gonna come back all the time. That's how, and they explained it like that. I think that they have certain events that must happen, and they rearrange how they're going to present them.
That's interesting.
I mean, Sarah in season 2 heard Julie screaming. So that was she was like, Julie, when Boyd and Kenny took her out to the ruins and she had the visions out there and the voices told her that they were laughing.
Oh, yes, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
She screamed for Julie. So that was foreshadowing Julie's story walking and stuff. Even in
Yeah.
season 1, they had the monster on the porch say, "Oh, don't you remember me?" And
Yep.
I think that they knew that Julie was going to be a story walker, and they had certain things in there that they had to write in and lead up to these things. You know, I like season 3. I just felt like they got lost a little bit. But we're picking it back up. I
I
just
think
don't.
so.
Yeah, we're picking it back up. The whole reincarnation thing is growing on me. What do you think about it?
I don't mind the reincarnation aspect. I don't like how in this episode though, why if Jade already knew that the townspeople turned on him, why I feel like that's something he should have privately told Boyd and it should have just kind of stayed between him, Tabitha, and Boyd, maybe Donna. But I don't understand why the whole room needs to know that for the potential that they could just foil the plan again and turn on Jade and Tabitha once again. Because then I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose. He actually had a chance to get ahead of it, but now that everybody knows they're reincarnated, then it's just going to start the blame for right then and there. Um, but I think that Tabitha and Jade do need to die as well. I don't think there's any way that they deserve to live if they're the reason that those kids were sacrificed, then they're the reason everybody else is there. So they have to reckon with what they did, which means they're deserving of death, and at least in my eyes. But
Do
like I've
you
already
think
said,
that
I think
Tabitha?
everybody's gonna
So
die besides
do
Ethan.
you think Tabitha and Jade deserve to die, and they didn't actually do it? They're just reincarnated. Like, are you responsible for what your past life person did?
Absolutely, because that's why you keep coming back because of something bad you did in a past life. Yes, they do deserve to die because
Yeah,
they're still those people.
but haven't they already died and been killed by the hands of the people enough?
It's not enough. They need to they should have never sacrificed the kids. That's where the problem comes from. But I think the town is forcing them to come to a reckoning with that. They killed the kids. Now they need to figure out how to save the kids or at least properly dispose of the bones. I'm still trying to understand that aspect of it. But once that happens, no, they are still deserving of death. You can't sacrifice a child and get away with that. No, you still need to die. That's why I truly believe the whole town is still going to die, like in Victor's cycle, and Ethan's going to be left alive. There can't be a happy ending with a show like this. I just don't see it.
E Durkee drops a super chat. Thank you for your generosity, and also thank you for this comment as well. Jay playing with the strings all the time suggests a nod to string theory. Your Venn diagram suggests the idea of overlapping membranes, which are the individual universes which sometimes overlap. Yes, and even this, right, according to our cosmology, right? We see what is it said that the earth does is the earth goes around and around while it goes around and around, right? This is
Right.
pretty much a diagram of the days and nights. You know what I'm saying? And in the axis point is slightly off. That would account for the tip or the tilt, I would say, right? So I think that this is definitely on point. Um, However, I do want to say this: there are a lot of notions that have been presented to us that still make it a possibility that this could be a lie.
What do you
That,
mean?
that okay, um, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every cycle, Tabitha and Jade's reincarnations are killed by the townspeople, correct?
Right. That's true.
But Miranda wasn't killed by the townspeople.
Yeah, she was killed by Smiley. Yeah.
Right. So how does this fit in and how does this work? Does this prove an inconsistency that this might not be totally true?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so because what's his Jade said a couple episodes ago. He said the townspeople turn on them, but the townspeople specifically killed Jade, but he never said that they killed Tabitha. He just said it's worse for her. So I don't think there's an inconsistency because he never said the townspeople also kill her. We know she dies, but he didn't actually
Mm.
I don't know if that's even now that I'm saying it out loud. I don't even
No,
know if
no,
he did
no,
say.
no, no, no. I see what you're saying. He never says that they killed them, that they kill her. What he said was what happens to her is worse.
Is worse.
Right.
Yes.
So he never specifies what happens to her. He just says it's worse. And I would say dying by the hands of one of the monsters would be worse.
I think losing a child though, like I don't know if Eloise is still alive. Like, did she also see like what if he killed Eloise first and then she saw that? I don't know. I'm still trying to understand because Eloise was running behind her. Because I mean, what's worse than dying at the hands of the people that were supposed to be helping you get out of the town, people that you called your friends for however many months him and his family were in that town before they died. I don't know. But somebody said in the chat though that they aren't to Jane and Tabitha didn't sacrifice the children. They were the ones to prevent it. I thought they were a part of the part of the people
They,
that sacri.
they changed their mind and tried to save their child.
Oh, okay. That part I didn't remember. So then what happened to their child?
Their child was killed too, though. The one that walked up to him in the woods is the one that told him, Aunt Cooey, and they started remembering and shit. And that was their
Oh.
daughter.
Oh, okay. See, I forgot that part.
So they had a daughter that they sacrificed.
So they went all the way up to the point and then stopped, but their daughter still died anyway. Like the town still decided to, or the people, the other parents still decided to sacrifice their
It's
child.
it's very vague. They've been very vague
Yeah.
about the actual order of events, like, but they know that they needed 7 children. And so
Hmm.
they Tabitha and Jay tried to save their child. We do know that. But to me it looks like they agreed to it and then changed their mind at the
Hmm.
end. So
It's such a muddy situation.
it's very muddy and it's very convoluted and they've left outdoors, and they're also reiterating the door that they left open. Um oh yeah, yeah, let me turn off that background music. I just saw that in the chat. Chocolate Beauty is in the building with us. Yes, indeed. I got the background music off. Everyone is a hero in their own story. I don't think that Jade and Tabitha are heroes. Mm, okay, I'm with you there. Um, we do know that they tried to save their child, but I don't. I'm gonna have to go look at the explanation again. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go look at that, like what Jade and Tabitha said, and cross reference it with what Fatima said. You know, Fatima said, I know what those things are. They sacrificed their children so that they could live forever.
Right. Yep.
That those were her exact words. Um,
Hmm.
to me, that that was vague. She reiterated it a little bit, but it still doesn't make it. It still doesn't really come through. It really doesn't explain all the monsters. There were a lot of monsters too. How many monsters? There were a lot. Did you see how many were
This
out there when
episode.
Kenny was on
Yeah.
the bus? They showed a lot.
Yeah, I always assumed there was around like 10 of them or something like that. I think that's we've been shown around that many.
It looked like
Yeah.
it was about 15 or 20 out there actually.
Oh, you think so? Because
They
yeah,
were,
they were guarding the houses, guarding the bus. Yep, the post office. Yeah.
and they all walked up to it. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
if there should be 14 parents if there's 7 children. And that's only if none of the children were siblings. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there should be 14. If there's 7 children, you got a mom and a dad, you got 14. Tabitha and Jade decided to not sacrifice their children. So I'm guessing that's why they didn't end up as monsters. That's the
Mhm.
only thing that makes sense.
That does make sense. But then they're the ones that but their child still died. How did their child die then? I don't understand that
I mean,
part.
they were outnumbered, obviously,
Oh, okay. Hmm. And
by
they
all
took
of these,
oh, okay.
right, by all of these other people that were, ready to pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says they have a theory
Mm.
for me. Got a theory for you. When the boy in white pushed Tabby out the lighthouse, she got brought back in alone instead of with her tethered pair, undoing the connection. Okay. Okay. You got some more coming along with that. Um, that whole situation with something very interesting in this episode was her having the Miranda flashback of driving into town in that car. Um, that was a very interesting thing to show us. It reinforces the reincarnation situation. It
Ye-
reinforces it.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like, yeah. I mean, if
Yeah, I feel like the more she's leaning into believing it, the more she's going to start to remember everything.
that's what I really want to see. I want to see Miranda coming into this place
Yeah.
because that's going to tell us. I still think Henry is lying about something. I
I
think Henry
don't
might be lying.
I don't think Victor's lying, but I think Victor's wrong about half the stuff he's talking about. He's been proven to be an unreliable narrator. So I take what Victor says with a grain of salt, but I do like that he was so focused on finding getting the information about the man in yellow. So I appreciated him going looking for the car and pulling Tabitha with him and then finding the teeth and all of that. But I don't know. My focus hasn't been on Henry as much as it's been on Victor.
Okay, I can agree with you there. Victor forgot that he had a whole sister.
Exactly.
Like I can totally agree with
And then
both.
the whole doll situation, he couldn't remember if the doll was talking or if the boy in white was talking. I'm like, come on now. Like I can't
I
trust what
think
you're
Donna
saying
was.
half the time.
I think his mind was being messed with too by those peaches.
You said that, yeah. And I don't trust Donna. I don't care what nobody says. I will never trust Donna. Ever.
And I was right about when Donna finds out that they broke a hole down there in the basement.
Yes.
She was gonna be pissed off, and I knew she's gonna be pissed off. She's not gonna be feeling that, and I think that there's some things that she still wants to keep hidden. But as far as Henry, Henry has lied. Henry did lie. Um,
What did he lie about? I haven't caught that.
um, I, I, I just slipped out of my head what I was going to say, but
Oh, sorry.
Henry's whole story doesn't sound right. About it, just seems like he's blaming Miranda for all of this. Like, oh, she wanted to get high on my birthday and take the kids out, and she started having these, you know, visions and whatnot after we got high. But okay, yeah, he lied by omission with the bottle tree situation. He didn't say anything about those bottle trees until Tabitha heard them blowing in the wind. And he talked about it where it all started by a tree and didn't mention that his wife went and made a bottle tree out of it. She painted
At
bottle
the
tree.
park. Oh.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I really want to see Miranda driving into town with her children because I'm looking for a person that knew about this place, according to him. According to him. Now, whatever Victor is saying, even if he's an unreliable narrator, that doesn't take away from the fact that Henry is claiming that Miranda knew where the children were when she got there. That's Henry's claim.
Mm.
Henry said that she knew about the kids in the tower. That's what stopped him from turning Tabitha into the police. When she said, "No, the kids in the tower," he was like, "What did you say?" And she was like, "Yeah, the kids in the tower." He was like, "Oh, that's what my wife was saying." And then what did he do?
He showed her the basement.
Right. Then he told the cops that they can leave, you know. But everything she was saying was what you said your wife was saying, that there was a place where the people couldn't leave, they were missing, this and that and the third and all of that. And you didn't believe her until she said the kids in the tower, huh? Okay. Got it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? None of what she said was worthy of being, believed until she said the kids in the tower. So that means that Miranda is in knowledge. Like when she pulls into this place, she knows about this place. She painted the
Yeah.
she painted the church, she painted the diner, all of this. So
Yep.
when she rolls into town, she should know all of this stuff. You know what I mean? You there, Ray? You haven't said much, Ray. Jump on in. Holla at us.
Yeah. I just don't. I
Ray
don't
done
know.
fell asleep on the stream.
They might have.
Okay, okay, Ray. I think you might have fell asleep. You up? You wake? You with us? Your mic work? What's going on? I'm gonna boot him out real quick. See if he come back. If he come back, if he sleep, then we just did him a favor. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think that Henry? So do you think that Miranda came into this place knowing about the diner, knowing about Colony House? She painted all of that stuff.
I think it's I don't know. I kind of see her like Abby. Like Abby had visions as a child, but it wasn't until she was there that she knew that she was trying to connect the dots, I guess, before she went crazy. And I think with Miranda, I don't know if she believed what she was seeing or if these were just visions that she was getting that she couldn't make sense of.
Hmm.
But when she made it to the town, I don't know what that would have done for her. Like did she know that she needed to also try to save the kids? Because we know the town obviously turned on them and then everybody died but Victor. I just don't know what that would have done for her to even know ahead of time where she was going or where she would eventually end up. So I don't know. I don't know. My focus really isn't on Henry. I still don't see why he would be a shifty character. I think Donna is the biggest op in this entire story, and I can never see her as being a good person.
Oh, really, Donna?
No, yeah, no, I don't trust her. We've never gotten a POV of Donna. And like you said, I was laughing because she did have something to say about putting a hole in her wall. I hate how she always acts like I don't know. I've never liked her as a character. I know everybody else loves her. I have never liked her as a character ever. Since season one, I've never liked Donna. But I don't it's like she's always trying to keep people from figuring out things, and maybe because okay she's been there 3 years, knowledge comes at a cost. Maybe she's known that always, but with all of the things that they figured out, with them Jade and Tabitha figuring out they're reincarnated, with them figuring out how to kill the dolls, with Jade having the trip and then finding the door from the trip, there's too much of her to be able to be against everything that Boyd is now trying to do. why is she constantly trying to stop people from moving and progressing forward to getting out of the town? It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, okay. I'm I'm thinking, I don't know. Does this look like the face of somebody that's having recollection of things that she drew for
Hmm.
years? Like let's talk about how long that had to be that she did all of those paintings.
Look at
To
her rear
me,
view mirror. Do you see that?
yeah. Oh wow.
That's creepy. If you zoom in, that's
Yeah,
really
that
creepy.
shit looks like faces.
Yeah, and it looks more than two. Yeah, look at that. That
Looks
looks like
like four faces.
it does. Yeah. I don't know
Holy
if that was an accident,
holy
but
shit. Mm.
that's hmm. That's interesting.
Let me look at that as in action real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, okay. That's just the way I caught
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, that's just the way I caught it because you can see like the trees moving and little.
Oh, okay. Thought we were onto something.
Yeah, that would have been really crazy if that would have been like a static image in her
Right.
rear view. That would have been
Right.
crazy. But here's another image here. We see that there are two people there, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
And is she holding a camera?
I can't make out what that is.
Does that look like she's holding a camera? It looks like she's got a Polaroid in front of her.
Uh,
Hmm.
that might be the one that Elgin had that he ended up with.
Yeah. It looks like a Polaroid camera for sure.
Uh,
We know that someone had one.
hmm. Yeah, that's
And
true.
they showed us the vision stuff as well. The camera, both are vision devices, the camera and the ViewMaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What do you think it meant that Boyd saw his wife in the Viewmaster?
ooh,
Him and his wife, their marriage photo.
I'm gonna save that for the board.
Okay.
That was one of the things I wanted to talk
Uh,
about. I thought that was so dope actually that happened. Did that really happen, or was that Boyd?
that's what I don't know.
He
I feel like
walked through and it wasn't in there.
yeah. I don't know if it's his Parkinson's or if it's because he doesn't have the worms under his arm anymore. So I feel like he shouldn't be seeing things that aren't there. Like, or did he have the worms when he saw the ballerina? I'm trying to, I don't know. Was he always seeing stuff? I'm trying to remember.
Mm.
Mm.
Let's see here. Somebody asked a question. Percy said, "Y'all noticed when Tabitha walked up to Miranda's car, the windshield was cracked on the driver's side."
Tabitha walked up
Check
to
that out.
Miranda's car.
Definitely gonna check that out. Percy, come on up, bro. Gotta hear what your thoughts are on this episode. Let me see. I'm trying to look back here. Okay, so she walks up. Oh yeah, it is cracked. I mean, somebody fucked that shit up.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not cracked. Somebody broke the hell out of that.
To maybe
Somebody,
force her to stop.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, but somebody broke that. That could have happened over time too.
Mm.
Uh, I don't know when it pop up. But I think that this episode was a great episode. They had some problems with it. I don't want to say too much and spoil the video. Um, but yeah, this here it is. Here it is right
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah. Like something was thrown at the windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't just a cracked windshield.
No.
Somebody tried to put something through there.
Yeah.
What else is in there? What is this? What is that?
I can't make it out. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mm. What's in Miranda's whip? Something's in there. It's wait.
Tabitha acting scared to even open up the door. I don't get it.
Okay.
Because Ethan was trying to go in, but Tabitha didn't want to.
What happened to the other two pictures? Hmm. They just disappeared real quick.
Hmm.
Well, somebody said, "Is that Paw Paw?" Ah, E Durkee said, "When do we get the video though?" I'm gonna chop this episode up as soon as I get a chance. I have a few pictures here. Is it a branch? I don't know. It's something. Hmm.
Oh, yes. Somebody asked how Miranda and Henry's relationship. Didn't she leave him? Miranda was leaving Henry, right?
No, not that I know of.
Because he was an alcoholic. That's what I thought. She was running away from him, and that's how they got to the town. Because
No,
aren't they all trying to run away from a problem, or if they accomplish something big, and that's how they end up in the town, or something like that? Like something life changing is happening, is how they get to the town.
that's that's speculation. Like we know why Boyd
Okay.
Boyd just Boyd just retired. Baku
Hmm.
just graduated.
Right.
You know,
Nathan and what's her name? Sarah were running away from her abusive boyfriend. I still think Nathan killed
saved her.
her
Right.
boyfriend, but
I think she
yeah.
killed the boyfriend.
I think Nathan killed him, and
I
that's why they had to
I,
leave.
I think she killed him, and he came and saved her.
Okay, I don't know. I think he did it because why would he run away with her? I don't know, but
He went
I
to
guess
go
I could
get
see
her.
it both sides. I can
He
see it
went to
both
go
sides.
get her real quick, so she went. You know what I mean? Get in
Oh,
trouble.
okay. Trying to protect her. Mm.
Right. He went and try to keep his little sister from going to jail. Do you think
Yeah.
they're brother and sister?
I don't know. Some of those scenes in season one made me question,
Yes, big time.
but they said they were, so I was gonna believe it. So, because remember that she talks about the camping trip they went on and the whole cicadas. He didn't like cicadas. I was like, okay, they
Right,
were kids, so they must be siblings for
right. And
real.
then also the
Yeah.
ceramics and stuff.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, so they were probably really siblings and stuff. But
Yeah.
he was a little bit kind of crazy though. But
He was. That's why I thought he killed the boyfriend.
he but she was I think that the fact that she didn't flinch and she kissed the dude, I think that that wasn't her first rodeo. I think that she killed her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I still don't understand why she kissed that guy. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, she didn't flinch when she jugged him either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like she had done this before.
I thought that was like, okay. I've watched that so many times to like look at her reaction when she did that.
Yeah, she did it with ease. Yeah. Hmm.
That wasn't the first time. That wasn't her first go around. The kiss was crazy.
Yeah, like it still doesn't make any sense. There was no need for her to do that.
That's
I
like
don't think it has no placement in the story. Like what?
that's like some mafia shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the mafia dude kiss you on the cheek before you get whacked. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Doesn't it kind of remind you of like with Jesus when Judas Iscariot kissed him and then that was the signal to give him up, of which was the one that was going to be taken to be killed. I
yes,
don't know. That's what
it
it kind of made me
does
think when she
remind me
did
of
it.
that. It does make me think
Yeah.
totally. What do you think about the fact that Toby never mentions Jade whatsoever? He never says
Yes.
her name.
Yes. Okay. I've been on rewatched one recently, and I thought about this. I've watched this just recently, and it never made sense. Toby got out of the car and was incoherent. Never mentioned that there's my friend childhood is the backseat. Why was Jade in the backseat? I think Jade was planted in there. I don't I think Jade was given all these memories and he was planted in that back seat. I do not believe
But he cried
that
for Toby.
I think the memories were put in his head. I don't know how to explain it. I don't have anything to back it up.
He knew
But Toby
Toby,
didn't know Jade. Toby didn't know Jade. He
but
didn't.
Toby didn't know Jade. And here's it. Toby said nothing about Jade, but
Never.
Jade knew Toby's name, and Toby did say what his name was. Christy asked him, "What is your name?" He said Toby.
Right.
Just like the Roots movie, where
Right.
where he said, "What's your name, boy?" He said Toby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I thought that that connection's crazy, and Toby and Fiddler with Jade playing the fiddle. I thought that that was
Oh,
crazy.
that's
You
interesting.
were breaking up. I thought that I was the only one. Uh, Alicia says you were breaking up. Yeah, you were breaking up for sure. What were you saying? What were your thoughts on? Say that again for us. What you said about Toby not
With
knowing.
I do not believe that Toby knew Jade at all. Not once when Toby made it to town after the crash happened and then he got help at the clinic. He was knocked out, woke back up. I think it was Christy talking to him. He never mentioned Jade, not once. From the moment he made it to town to the moment he was killed, he never said Jade's name. I think Jade was planted in that car. Memories were given to him. And I don't know why. I can't explain it because we know Tabitha lived a full life before she came back to the town. I don't know why Jade wouldn't have, but it just none of it makes sense to me why he was in the back seat. And I saw somebody else had a theory about being in the back seat. I'm trying to think if somebody else came to town that way. I can't think right now off the top of my head, but I thought long and hard about this. I don't believe that Jade actually lived a life outside of From. I just can't, I don't know how to, I don't have anything to back it. It just doesn't make sense that Toby never mentioned Jade, not once.
Yeah,
Not once.
Toby lived for quite some time before he lived for long enough to say, "Hey, where's Jade? This is
Yeah,
your
he could have.
childhood friend. Y'all got love for each other. Y'all traveling together." Jade cried like a baby when he saw you dead. You didn't mention this man at all. You didn't ask did they find him or anything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You
Because it
didn't.
was like he was in the car by himself.
It was like Toby was in the car by himself. But what if he knew Jade and everything? Like, but I don't know. That's just and here's the thing. It's almost the same way that Sophia came into town.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we also get the whole someone sitting by the bedside of the person that's about to die. You know,
Yeah. I do you think it's a plot hole or do you think it's actually a reason
there's a
that to,
they
hmm,
there's a reason why they told us to watch that episode
hmm,
before season 4 starts. Because if you watch that episode and you see what happens with Jade, and you read, and then you watch episode 1 of season 4, you see the same thing play out. A car crash,
yeah.
a one person that doesn't speak of the other. The preacher can't speak at all. He doesn't say a damn thing
Right.
about
Right.
Sophia. You know what I'm saying? He's not able to speak. She wakes him up, kills him. Sarah wakes him up, kills him.
Right.
You know, only thing is Sarah was being used to do this, and the situation with Sophia was doing this, you know, independently. She did it on her own. Like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
saw that theory. Somebody posted that theory. I wish I had the name of the creator. It was a female who did a video. She put it together beautifully. If anybody knows that creator, I wish I knew who it was so I could credit her with that theory. It has been living rent free in my mind ever since I saw it. I cannot
Yeah.
get it out of my mind. She is 100% right. Toby had more than enough time to mention Jade, and he did
Mm,
not.
yep.
And he was actually concerned about something that he had done.
Toby was?
Yes,
Huh.
he was like, "Oh no, I did this," and she was like, "Don't worry, it's not your fault." Blah blah blah. She cut him off and made him be quiet, and then
I
kissed.
think. Oh, you don't think he was trying to say that it was because he almost hit the Matthews, like he almost hit that RV?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It could be, but he was concerned about something. He was concerned about something. Um, he did. He did make them aware that there was an accident when he first came up. So I don't think that's what it was. I think something happened.
Oh yeah.
I think at some point we will get the entry. We need to see their entry. We need. We never saw. We okay. We never saw Sophia at the down tree, and we never saw Jade at the down tree.
We
So
never saw Sophia or Jade at the down tree.
yeah, the priest went up to the tree. He was by himself. He got back in the car, and then he saw Sophia on the side of the road. So we never saw Toby at the tree. We never. They came into town in an Audi, which logo is Vesica Pisces, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they come in the Vesica Pisces car, and we don't see them go to the tree at all. We never see that.
Really? Did Toby never saw the tree?
We never saw him see the tree. If he saw it, we never saw that.
Oh, we only saw him. The Matthews saw the tree, and then the Matthews and Toby almost hit each other.
Right.
As Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back and watch
And
again because I don't
check
remember
this
that.
out. Check this out.
Huh?
The Toby and them was coming in the same way Sophia was coming in. Sophia came in opposite direction of everyone else. How do we know Toby was coming in the same direction? Same direction is because the Matthews did a U-turn,
Yes.
did a 3-point turn and went the other way.
Yeah.
And so the car was facing them when they were on their way out. They made the other turn. They went the other way. They didn't go the same way. They turned around and went back out the different way than what they came into town in.
That's an interesting observation.
So
So
something is totally up with Jade's entrance into town. There,
I've been thought that for sure. Yeah.
there's a reason why Toby never mentioned Jade, and we need to know what that is. That's the that like I said, I saw that theory, and it's been living rent free in my mind. I don't know what to make
Mhm.
of it. If it's a mistake, I hope they take it and fix it and make it into something.
Yeah,
Make it.
yeah. I'm
Well,
not entirely sure that the writers have been consistent through all these seasons. I don't, because every single season, almost every single episode, they keep throwing these new things at us that makes everything come into question.
so we never saw Toby make it to the tree. We never saw Toby go to the tree. Now I'm not saying that he didn't stop at the tree, but Jade doesn't know anything about the tree or the crows. He didn't know anything about the tree or the crows. And ooh, check this out. He
Hmm.
even embellished them about the tree and the crows when he didn't experience them if he was asleep in the back seat. If he was asleep in the back seat, he didn't experience or he was high on something
Yeah.
in the back seat, then he didn't bear witness to the tree or the crows. So why did he embellish Donna and Ellis in the kitchen when he woke up that next day?
Hmm.
Do you guys remember this?
S-
And then he gets up and says, I'm going to go turn over a few stones. Then he finds the dude with the boulder on it.
Yeah, he takes Clara's bike and then he goes riding around.
Right. And he finds
Okay.
the dude with the boulder. I believe that's
Right.
episode 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Hmm.
believe that's episode 3. But he says, okay, so somebody says just bad writing. Okay.
I think that might be it too. I really am starting to
Okay.
think that way.
Okay. If that's bad writing, then they need to pick it up and it's a great opportunity to make a really fucked up twist happen. Because from what we've seen Jay by himself. We've gotten scenes with Jay by himself. I don't think we've had many scenes with Donna by herself at all. We haven't had like a long out breasted scene with Donna, but we've had that with Jay. We've had that with him
Hmm.
sitting, getting ready to go to sleep, and then he sees
Oh, yeah.
Christopher standing at the door. We've seen Jade have visions in the root cellar by himself. We've seen Jade trying to figure things out by himself. Maybe there's something fishy about Jade, and even Jade doesn't know.
I agree. Yeah. I don't think he fully knows who he is. Yeah. I think he's a plant, like not in a bad way. I just don't think he came to town like the Matthews did. I don't know. I don't know. Was he plopped there some kind of way? I have no clue, but I don't think he came to town like everybody else.
Well, Toby not mentioning him has got to mean something. Has got to mean something.
It has to. That's why I'm like, was he just plopped in the car right before the hit happened, or when when they got ran off the road? I don't know.
Well, he remembers being with Toby. I don't know. Like you're saying about the memories being dropped into his head. I don't know. There's something definitely fishy with. Okay, so here we are. We are 74 days before the premiere of episode. I'm at the premiere of season 4.
Hmm.
We release a trailer, and then we start talking to you guys through various Instagram pages and actors doing little TikToks and shit. And in one of these things, we release a series of episodes that you must watch before the start of season 4.
Right.
One of those episodes is the pilot episode. And in that pilot episode, you bear witness to Jade coming into town. In that, what you see is a crash. You see this person, one of the people died that was in the crash. You see the person that died, someone sitting next to their bedside. The very same things that we saw with the entrance of Sophia. You saw the crash,
That's true.
you saw the person that was in the crash die, you saw somebody sitting at the bedside that actually killed the person. Why did she have to kill Toby? She could have just simply left the door open and the monsters were going to kill him anyway.
I don't know. The voices told her that. I mean, the man in yellow, the voices, whatever, they told her because we know she was hearing voices. Sarah was always all the way from the first episode.
She was told to take his tongue out.
Well,
She
they
was
said they. I thought they said she had to make it look like the monsters did because she killed him in the neck, right? Isn't that how she did it?
right, but she also stated two things that they wanted her to take the tongue out, and when she says she that later on they wanted her to make it look like the monsters did.
I thought the tongue out was part of it, making it look like the monsters did it.
We've never seen a monster do that.
Uh,
That doesn't make it look like the monsters did it. And then
Well,
the
the
monsters came in there and ripped his chest open anyway.
right, which is what they normally do. But remember that
Right.
the cheerleader female monster bit that guy's tongue out in the bathroom in Colony House.
I can agree with you there. I can give you that. I can give you that. We have seen that happen.
So
But
I don't know. I'm just confused. I guess
it
traditionally
happened
they rip
during
open your yeah.
mind
Mhm.
you, her taking his tongue out was during a kiss, and Sarah kisses Toby.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Was she told to kiss him? Like, I don't know. They
That is it still don't make sense to me. I think she's just haven't had a kiss in a while.
how does
I don't
that
know.
affect how he's found? Like the
It
kiss
doesn't.
doesn't help. So like that was hers. She was like, this guy's cute.
I
I'm
think it
gonna
was. I
and
don't know. I think it was just to make it weird and interesting, it being the first episode too. So I think that's all that was really. I don't
Julie
know.
Cascade in the chat. She says, just curious, what is the name of Miranda's car? Um, it looks like a big a, a Nova or something. I don't know. I don't know what Miranda's car is. I have a 12-year-old that could look at any car and tell you what it is.
No, we'll have to get him on the case.
Oh yeah, old school, everything. Like, and he don't how far that it could be far away. He's like, yeah, look at that Mustang. It's a '78 Mustang. We ain't even nowhere near that shit yet. And I was like, damn,
Smart
boy,
kid.
you know your shit, don't you? You just know the shape of the motherfucking car. You know what time it is. That shit blew my mind when he was doing that shit. I said, I'm
He
gonna ask
might be
you
able
what
to.
kind of car. I'm gonna trick you with this
Right.
picture right here. Say, can you
He's-
tell a car from the inside? And you a bad motherfucker if you do this.
Wouldn't that be something? I'd
I
love to
don't
know.
know. I would love to know. Let's see here what Demo said. It looked like they were about to rip out Trudy's tongue when they killed her. Yes. We don't know
Um,
what happened, and it does sound like they were ripping out her tongue
how does
because of the way she was, you know, crying turned into like this muffled, like 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 yeah, they had her mouth,
Mm.
you know, but when they showed her face looked intact and everything. She just had blood on her face. It looked like they was just like scooping her neck out or something. It was that was a crazy episode. That episode doesn't touch this episode.
Yeah.
Tongues and teeth. Yes, tongues and teeth. Tongues and teeth. It's like, okay, what type of soup are you guys making? This dude had a bag of molars, yo.
Why is that important? I don't get why the teeth are important.
I'm not sure.
And that was a lot of
Who is
people then
that?
he would have killed because they're only taking one per person they kill, right? He had a whole bag.
Right. And Smiley had two of them when they
So
looked
he,
in his body.
yeah.
You had Fatima's teeth falling out.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true. She lost one tooth.
You know, yeah, she sure did. We
Yeah.
have Oodle Bay says something is also up with the shots in episode one when the Matthews family did their driving loops in the town and one loop, the railroad crossing. Yes, indeed. We talked about that. I talked about that in several videos actually. And I believe that those are all different times that the Matthews got there. If you look at those same shots that you're talking about with the power lines and whatnot, the railroad tracks and whatnot, you can even the poles in town, okay? The poles in town, there's some anomalies with the barn, okay? The little shack next to the barn disappears. There's a lot of anomalies, and I don't think that those are mistakes. I think those are put in there to show us that these are different times when all of these things happen. Um,
I can
uh,
see.
the
Mm.
on top of the Matthews RV changes quite a bit. on
Like you're saying, different loops. Like it's a different.
right. This is not
Oh,
the first time the Matthews comes through.
okay. Okay.
I think that there's a time where they come through and Thomas is actually alive.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about this whole Thomas thing. I saw somebody else say they're not even sure if Thomas is real. I'm actually thinking the same thing.
I'm gonna
They,
tell you this. Thomas Ethan said in episode 4, the 104. I believe it was episode 4 or 5 where he goes into the diner for the first time. The song Last Train to Clarksville comes on. Okay. After that song
Mhm.
comes on, they sit down, they're eating, and Ethan is saying that in order to go home, they have to help Thomas save the kingdom.
Okay.
And that makes Jim get up and go to the bathroom and start crying. You remember that?
I really don't remember that. No,
Okay,
that's wild.
so so Jim gets up. Ethan says, "We have to help Thomas save the kingdom." And Jim gets up, he goes to the bathroom, he starts crying. And then while he's in the bathroom, Victor comes out and he comes to the diner. He brings the picture of the boy in white that he drew. And
Mm.
they start talking about the boy in white. And then Jim takes him and throws him out the diner like Uncle Phil. Tosses him out. You know what I'm talking about? How he
Yes,
tosses
yes.
he kind of Uncle Phil's him out the diner. And
Right,
but then Victor is persistent because he doesn't leave Ethan alone after
right.
that.
Yep, he kept sneaking and finding him. Yep.
Right. He goes home with Ethan. Ethan's pissed off because he threw Victor out the diner like that. So he's
Right.
not talking to his dad. Him and the mom go outside to talk in the front. They start talking about how Ethan is on therapy. Like he goes to therapy, he has a therapist and stuff like that because he deals with
Oh,
trauma from what happened to his little brother. And so they talked about how the therapist and said that Ethan needs to do this, that, and the third. And Victor comes and finds him and takes him out back and gets rid of the crutch that Ellis made and gives him
yes,
the
that's
shaman
it.
stick. Yeah,
Yep, I remember. Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
yep.
So and he says the boy in white chose you, he chose me too. We're both
Yes.
okay.
And then
So
they go on their little adventure. Yep.
right, and this episode really rings to that episode real heavy. Um, in even last episode when they were coloring together, the first time Ethan saw Victor's drawings, he questioned like, "What adult is out here drawing with crayons like this?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, but then he
yeah.
sits down to draw with him. But then this episode, Victor is making a bold statement about what is going to happen and how Ethan needs to be prepared. And
Mm,
this is what I was talking about in season 2 about the shamanic journey. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to talk too much about. I don't want to spoil
yeah.
my videos too much. And on that note, we've been rocking out for 2 hours. Nicole, I thank you for coming up here and spending some time. Demo, thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming through. Ray, you fell asleep on us, but we still love you, brother. All good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody who came through and joined us in the chat. We appreciate you much. On that note, let me get going so I could get this video out as fast as possible. I didn't want to spoil too much, but we had a great conversation. Again, I thank you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.